This is Christmas tree farming. It takes 8 years from seedling to harvest, but that doesn't mean there's not any work in between. Today we're with BTN of Oregon to see how much work it takes to get these trees from the farm to your home. Let's get to work. We're traveling the state to find the weird and wonderful jobs people do. I'm Corey Jenkins, and this is Oregon Odd Jobs. With 2,700 acres and roughly 3 million Christmas trees, BTN of Oregon is a massive operation. Tyler here is one of 3 brothers who help make it all happen. I think most people don't really know what goes into Christmas tree farming. Can you tell us a little bit about, from the planting of these trees, what goes into it before they get cut down?
Absolutely. Christmas trees are a grown crop. We're not taking the tops out of forest trees. That's not how it works. So we're planting them on a crop rotation. We work year-round. There's really not many days off that we don't do something. We're constantly trimming and planting. Culturing the trees takes a lot of time. They're all done by hand, every single tree every year. So it's a very time-consuming process.
That time-consuming process begins here. In 8 years, these baby trees will be ready to get shipped off to homes around the world. But they need to be nurtured to get there. Today, we were going to plant a few more.
Planting time, what we're doing is going through, pulling out the old trees that didn't make it through the last planting rotation.
For every tree that you cut, how much planting do you do?
It's 1-to-1 ratio.
1-to-1.
So
excellent.
Every time we're taking one out, we're always going to put one back in its place.
With the removal of a dead tree that didn't make it last time, we broke ground on a new hole for this seedling to grow. Avoiding the root system of the previously cut down trees, we placed the seedling gently in the dirt.
Got to make sure all the roots are aiming downward, or else it will die. And then it's always good. Take a heel right to it. That ensures that it's going to push the side of the tree into that hole. And then she's ready to go for the oncoming
years. You whisper anything?
You can do it. You can do it. Grow.
Do me right.
Do me right.
Please grow big.
That was the hope for all the trees we would be planting today. But these trees wouldn't just be abandoned to grow on their own over the next 8 years. There's plenty of work to be done between now and then. That's where this comes in. Do you ever wonder why your tree has such a full and even appearance? This is why. So tell us a little bit, what are we doing here?
So this is a Douglas fir. It's probably about 4 years old right now. And every year the tree grows, and we have to trim every single tree once a year. That's how we make them dense and full and the right shape, is we cut these buds off, and then it promotes growth on the inner buds so that the tree fills up. If I leave the buds out here on the end, the tree just gets very wild and turns into a timber tree.
So you have to shear it every year?
Every single year.
Every tree?
Every tree by hand once a year.
How many trees would you estimate you have?
Right now?
Yeah.
Over 3 million.
It's a lot of trees.
It's a lot of trees.
It's a lot of shearing.
We better get to work, huh?
Yeah, let's get to work. Okay. When wielding a 16-inch blade, you need to stay protected with heavy boots, leg guards or chaps, gloves, and plenty of space. After a couple quick demonstrations, Tyler let me in on the secret of his technique.
When you swing, I don't just swing with my arm, you break over with your hand. That makes sense? You kind of whip the top to get speed.
Yes, sensei.
So let's start you on this nice big fat one right here.
This was my chosen opponent, my nemesis. With blade drawn, I stared down my adversary, raised my weapon, and struck my first blow. It was time for this tree to literally be cut down to size. But in the back of my mind, I remembered that there were 2,999,999 more waiting in the wings. With a final swipe, the job was done. The field of battle littered with carnage. I had emerged victorious. Now that the Christmas season was upon us, there were thousands of trees ready to be harvested. Now, you may have cut down your own tree a time or two, but I doubt you've ever used a saw like this. It's called a bow saw. It's rarely used anymore due to a safety concern around kickback. But as you can see, this one has guards on either side to help prevent injury. It's also ideal for Christmas trees. avoiding the need to swing a chainsaw low to the ground and under brush. Simply place the tip against the tree, and with minimal effort, it will pull through the wood. All I needed now was the technique.
Take the branches, pull it up like this, take your leg and shove it back, and then you'll hit it like that.
With chaps on, I started the saw and got to work. So, what happens after the trees are cut? Well, they get piled into bundles, weighing roughly 850 pounds apiece. For this process, ropes are laid out, and the trees are stacked, one by one, in opposite directions, until the pile is big enough to wrap up. It's a muddy job, and a wet job, and a tiring job.
Luke, you're my boss, right? I guess so. How many trees do I have to carry before I get a break? I think I've done 4. Till the day's done, I guess.
I also continued to find needles, well, everywhere.
And I have fir needles down my back, and I think down the front of my shirt too.
You're gonna smell good at the end of the day.
Oh, yes.
Tree after tree, and bundle after bundle, we got everything ready. Ready for what, you ask? This. All through the day, this helicopter flies back and forth, picking up bundles from amongst the trees and bringing them back to the landing. This system allows the helicopter to transport well over 1,000 trees every hour. The operation is not left solely in the hands of the pilot, however, but is instead a coordination between them and those on the ground, whose job it is to attach each bundle to this hook. Guess which job I got to do? It works like this. You signal the pilot, he hovers over your bundle. You grab the ring, hook it up, point in the air when you're ready, and off it goes. It was the moment of truth. My turn not to mess it up. Obviously, this job comes with some pretty significant safety risks, which is why we were all wearing hard hats, high-vis clothing, ear protection, and even the dangling ring was padded. Hand signals also helped to keep everyone on the same page.
I could do that all day.
Well, it was time to say goodbye to the helicopter and move on to the next part of the operation. This is a Christmas tree baler. Most of the trees you have seen so far will end up here, ready to be wrapped with twine and sent across the globe. But before each tree could be baled, it needed the excess needles to be shaken off. And I learned there was even a special technique to this job too.
You want to hold it towards the top usually, because when it shakes, you don't want the top to break out.
The bottom of the tree, well, it goes here in this vibrating cone. Once the tree is good and shaken, a claw reaches out to grab the trunk, then pulls the tree through the baler as it gets automatically wrapped with twine. And so it went, tree after tree after tree, each wrapped like a present, prepared to go to home after home after home. The baled trees get gathered and dumped out here, where they are sorted and organized, then loaded into trucks to be shipped across the globe. But as we closed our day, I couldn't help but wonder if there was a tree here somewhere that was meant just for me. So, with my family by my side, we made the short walk to the field to find our perfect Douglas fir. After eyeballing it for height, we cut it down, made the short walk back, had it shaken and baled, and strapped to the roof for the journey home.
Wherever you find Christmas trees this year, remember all the love, time, and care spent by the tree farmers of Oregon. They help make a wonderful holiday season for families around the world. We'll see you next time on Oregon Odd Jobs.